Hello, everybody. Welcome to Science Today. Today we are going to go over some lab safety rules. I know we're not in the lab right now, but we want to make sure that the minute we can get back to working in the lab, you are ready to go. This is a review for most of us. We've done most of this before, so just please be sure to refresh your memory. So first of all, we want you to feel safe and everybody you're working with. So we need to make sure we follow all the lab safety rules. So there is no food at our lab safety tables, even if you're really, really, really hungry. Sorry, but we're gonna have to wait. There's no drinks at the table either. We need to be really, really careful because some of the chemicals we use can make us sick. And if you're touching your hands and then drinking or touching your face, we have the potential to get burns and harm ourselves. So we don't want to do that. Labs are also not the time to practice your karate skills. So we want to make sure there's no horseplay, we're not fooling around, and we don't kick or break anything. Also, please make sure we're not taking selfies in the lab or wrestling. Okay. So seriously, though, in all honesty, we don't want to do any kind of horseplay. We want to make sure that we are safe, walking slowly, making sure we're not tripping on things, all of those good habits to have in our classroom to ensure that we are the safest we can be. Bad things can happen when you're not paying attention. So we want to make sure we know and follow all instructions because we don't want to be like the minion in the bottom corner. During labs, we want to make sure we wear our proper personal protective equipment or PPE. Okay. That includes closed-toe shoes. Even when it's hot outside, we want to keep all our toes. Goggles must also be worn at all times. You have to be really, really careful. You only get one set of eyes, so we want to protect them. Gloves, aprons, and lab coats are available when needed. And once we're back in the science lab, I will show you where all of those things are. If you have long hair, please make sure you pull it back. We don't want to risk it catching on fire or getting chemicals in your hair. Now let's talk about what to do if there is an incident. First of all, please tell your teacher immediately. I will not get upset. I want to make sure that we are the safest we can possibly be. Absolutely do not pick up broken glass. I have plenty of glassware. I will not be upset if something breaks. So just make sure that you tell me or whoever, whatever adult is in the classroom so we can clean it up for you. It cannot go in the trash can. We want to make sure that it goes in the right receptacle. If there is a chemical spill, there are certain ways we have to clean it up. And we want to make sure that we clean it up properly with the correct equipment. So please make sure that you let me know if there's a chemical spill. There is also a chemical shower at the front of the classroom. This is for if you ever get chemicals all over the front of you or have a big chemical spill. We want to make sure that we utilize that when it's appropriate. You use the chemical shower by pulling on the triangle as seen in the picture here, and that will let a massive amount of water come down on your head to ensure that we get rid of the chemicals. When you have something in your eye, the eye wash station is also next to the chemical wash station, and you want to make sure you hold your eyes open and wash them out for 15 minutes. As seen in the picture here. If there is a fire, we need to make sure we have the appropriate materials to deal with that. We have a fire blanket in the classroom. That is good for when someone is on fire. We want to make sure we cover them, and we can't squirt them with the fire extinguisher because that would give us more chemicals. So we want to make sure we cover them and then roll them around. That blocks the oxygen from the fire and puts the fire out. The extinguisher is located near the entrance to the classroom. We want to make sure that we use that if there is fire on a non-human item. And the fire exit is at the front of the room. I know we have the exit to go into the courtyard, into the science lab. However, we don't want to be trapped in the courtyard if there is a fire. So we want to exit through the classroom door, out into the hallway, and then through the building. When we work with chemicals, you have a right to understand, which has the sheets, and we'll talk about those when we work with those chemicals. That has your safety data sheets for the chemical used during the lab, telling you what is actually can be harmful about them. So what you need to do next is you need to go on. I have attached the lab safety contract. You are going to sign it electronically using Kami. I'll have some more details posted in the classroom post as to how to do that, and then you're going to turn it back into me. You cannot participate in the labs until your student safety contract is signed. So we want to make sure we do it, turn it right back in. Okay, and we'll have a great time when we're back to normal and we can do all the fun stuff again. The end. So now, guys, please return to the Google Classroom post. Here you will have the instructions for your safety contract. See you tomorrow.